Well, hi, everybody. So give me just a second. We are having trouble with the third-party system that goes to YouTube. And so we're going to have to come to you from Be Live on our Paisley's Peeps page. So let me just make a note here. Live is on Paisley's Peeps. Had to do from there. Let me just post on the other two groups just so that they know. Live is on Paisley's Peeps tonight. YouTube was not working. Okay. And then let me just go to Peeps so that I can follow along. Okay, we're there. I know. Hi, you guys. Thanks for finding us. One more I have to tell one girl in another group real quick that YouTube, I'm so sorry. Thanks for being patient. YouTube was giving us fits. Live on Paisley's Peeps. Hi. Okay, there we go. Gosh. And I have so much we want to talk about tonight. So here we go. We're on Be Live. It'll work. Melina, I need to get a light like you had today. Hey, Bonnie. Hi, Melina. Hi, Marty. Hi, Dina. Oh, my goodness. So that's stressful when you think you're all ready to go and then you try to log on and...
Sure was, honey. I was stressed out for you.
We're not. But seriously, I was. Because it's my YouTube channel. Like, what the heck? Anyway, we just got to move on, right? Just one more challenge. We're going to get through it. So, anyway, hi, everybody. How is everyone doing? November 5th.
And it's dark.
And it's dark.
Right.
I don't know. Stop it. I don't know if I like it dark or not early. Because it makes me want to go to sleep earlier.
I'm ready to go to bed now.
Right. So we don't need any help. Anyway, so how is everybody? I hope everybody is doing fantastic.
We are doing fantastic, honey. Thank you for asking.
Good. Glad to hear it.
Yes.
So glad to hear it. Well, there's so many things I wanted to go over tonight. So I am going to ask that you. Hi, Denise. Hi. If you have questions or anything, just ask the questions and then we'll come back. We got two different
groups going on here. We got a group there and we got a group here.
No, so see how it says Facebook user?
Yeah.
Okay, so it won't tell me unless they are a Be Live member. So then I go over here just to see who is talking. Hi, Elena. Hi, Bonnie's back again. So that's why I have it over here so I could see who's saying what. Oh my gosh, they've already got snow. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Lacey. Denise.
Where's Denise?
She's in Illinois, right?
Wow.
Aren't you up in Illinois? I might be wrong.
Snow?
I know. Well, Amy, my sister lives in Montana and they have snow already as well. So, yuck. I mean, not yuck.
I'm going to predict we won't get any snow again this year.
You don't think so?
No.
We got it last year. You don't think so?
Can you really call it snow?
Hey, it stuck to the ground.
Did it?
It did. I took pictures. Our front yard was like, you could step in it and see your footprint.
It covered the grass.
It covered
Sorry,
the grass.
We got snow. Woo!
Oh, man. Hello from Idaho. Hey, Kelly, how are you? Lynette's getting more snow tonight. Oh, Minnesota. Why did I think you were in Illinois? I guess because...
Wow.
I was thinking Christy was from Illinois. Nothing personal, but I hope they keep it. Hello, Elizabeth. Hey, Sari. So, okay, good. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. It's the first Tuesday of the month, and we like to, wait, does your husband remember talking to me at reunion when I was sitting? Yes, you were sitting to you remember, right, when we were at lunch?
Yes, I do remember.
Do you really?
No.
Yes, you do. Don't you remember she's the plumbing secretary? She works for plumbers. She sat next to us on the second day, I think it was, when we were having lunch in that big room. And she and I had so many things in common. We were like, what? It was so funny. You don't remember?
No.
Long hair?
No,
You'd remember if you
sorry.
saw her. I'll show him your picture. He'll remember you. Oh my gosh, Lacey's getting snow too.
I think
Lynette's in Illinois. Okay, thank you.
I think my memory's bad.
No, Bonnie says no, Elena. He won't.
Thank you, Bonnie.
So Bonnie, I wish Bonnie could tell you the story. That was the funniest thing. Do you remember what happened with Bonnie?
Yeah.
You want to tell everybody real fast, and then we'll get to business. Real fast.
No.
He was talking to Bonnie, and he didn't even realize it was Bonnie, and then
yeah.
he did anyway. He's so bad. Okay, all right.
Well, I need
hey, Beth.
I need
Hi, Jenny.
glasses. I can't see that well.
Oh, come on. That's not an excuse.
And I was like, Dana, hey, Bonnie's. No, Dana goes, Bonnie's here.
And he walks
Where?
up to her. And
That
she's
lady-
like,
Hell, I've been talking to that lady for 30 minutes.
that was so funny. Oh, how are you, Beth? Okay, all right. Well, let's. We do have a lot of stuff we want to try to cover tonight. So there's just so much. She even had a shirt with her name on it. That's funny. Hey, Lindsay. So we have so much going on in Pink Zebra right now. Like so much going on. What are you smiling at?
I'm just
laughing at yourself.
At Bonnie.
At Bonnie. I know. Bonnie keeps us laughing.
Yeah.
So we have so much going on, and I just tried to make quick little notes, but I'm going to try to go over some of it. You guys know right now we have the big push for 15,000 customers. She loves you. So, which is really cool. So I had to actually go back. I'm just going to tell y'all. I did. So on the first, Tom went live.
Hang on, stop.
What?
Would this talk about how we hit our 3,000 parties?
Okay, yeah, we did.
We need to talk about that.
We
first.
did. That was awesome.
But did we talk about it now?
No,
we already went to the next one.
We're already moving
Let's
on.
congratulate ourselves.
Yay,
on the
we
3,000.
did. Yes, you're right. Round of applause. We did.
That's a round of
That's a
applause.
round of
That's how you do it. I
Yeah.
remember that.
So, yes, that is a big deal. You're absolutely right, honey. That's a big
Now
deal.
you can.
Now I can proceed.
Yes, thank you.
So on the first, I was actually driving up to see my son and take him some furniture, him and his girlfriend. And so Tom's Live came on. I watched a few minutes of it.
Stop. You were driving and watching?
No. I had it on my truck.
What does that mean?
It was on the media part of my truck, so I could hear it. I couldn't watch anything. But I meant watching as in it was on.
Okay, because you get mad at me for
Oh,
driving.
no. I wasn't watching it. Like, I was listening. I know what he looks like, so I was listening.
Okay.
Let's get over here a little bit so I don't have to look so far back when I turn my head.
Yes, dear.
Thank you. So, anyway, so I kind of listened, kind of not. I did, but I didn't. And so anyway, just a little while ago, I thought, y'all, I mean, this is how much stuff has been going on. I know, fight nice, right? So where was I? Oh, I was almost ready to send somebody a message to say, what are the 4 boxes on our focus page? Because I just saw them there. I knew that we had one thing for 50% off, but like there has been so much happening. And I guess I just really wasn't paying attention. Anyway, I went back and watched Tom's Live and I learned about what the 4 boxes are.
Awesome.
Do you know what they are?
I have no idea.
I know. So anyway, I did. So I went back and listened, but not only did I find out what the 4 boxes were, which I'll tell you guys a little bit more about those in a minute, but I also learned more about the whole tariff situation in the United States. And then also about our frustrating having so many things sold out on us that I know everybody's like, but if you haven't watched Tom's Live from November 1st, I highly recommend that you do, because he's very transparent. He tells you exactly. It's like, it was like, I wish I had listened to it sooner, but it's probably good that I waited, because I don't know that I would have heard it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times something they'll be going and I'm listening, but I'm not really hearing what I'm listening to. So anyway, if you haven't watched his live from November 1st, go back and watch it, because it's really good. You can catch it on YouTube. But yes, Lindsay, it's the sales. It's the sales for the month of November. So each box, so the box 1 ends tomorrow, the 6th. Now, he didn't specifically say if the next box was going to appear right away, or at least I didn't catch that part. So if anybody knows that, feel free to pop on and tell us when the next one comes out. I'm assuming it's every week that we get a new box to appear, but he did make the comment that it's going to be, that things will sell out because they're that good. So I'm real excited about this now. Like, I'm going to be watching to see what's going on. But he also did say that these were going to be, it's not like you can go into your back office and find. In fact, I did try to do that. I think on Sunday, I went into the back office to see where the 50% off was, and I couldn't find it. Well, it's because you have to go through the website. So like a consultant or like a customer would do. So, yeah. Okay. I didn't think he said, Lindsay. I was thinking he didn't say. So, but yes, it would be awesome if it's every week for sure. Julia says she's driving and listening too. Oh no, I hate Wi-Fi issues. We were having them earlier, Kara, so I totally get it. Okay. So anyway, so the big thing this month is going to be to find new customers. And, my first thought is always, oh, people know how to find customers, but I have to remember that. And even myself, when I was making some notes, I was like, oh, I haven't done that in a long time. So I thought, well, I'll just share what I have. And then if you guys have any additional ways that you find new customers, feel free to make mention of those things on there. So, oh, hey, everybody. Oh, we got more people popping on. Assume Weekly. And okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Thursday night, we'll look for it. Okay, great. Yay. So finding customers. So y'all, like I said, share if you've got ways that you go about finding new customers. But I totally think we can hit this $15,000 or $15,000, 15,000 new customers.
15,000 new customers.
Mm-hmm. So I already have 2.
Oh, well, good.
I know.
If everybody got 2, wouldn't
Right?
be a problem.
Exactly. That's why I think it'll happen.
So how do they know it's new customers? New people signing in?
It's new people new people that are coming in and requesting a customer ID and all that kind of stuff.
But what if you do how does that work when you place their orders? When you place your orders?
Then
It doesn't.
If they're not a new customer, probably.
So you need to.
Oh, you mean if because I take so many of my customers and I place their orders for them,
Yeah.
I would go in and create them a customer account.
Okay.
So that would be a new customer, even if I was doing it myself. Yeah, and I do that a lot because that's just, for me, that's kind of customer service.
I didn't know you put them in as them a customer. If you just bought it and stuff, you made them an invoice.
No, it has to be it has to be in the system, a new customer.
Okay.
So, I know that there is the issue in Canada and buying in bulk. I do get that. I totally do. And I don't know what the workaround is. You guys are always so good though at figuring out kind of that stuff. So, okay. So anyway, so here are some of the things that work, obviously, is branding yourself. So, when you're out and about, today I had a different shirt on. I wore my purple, the purple one. I forget exactly what it says, but it's all about pink zebra. And of course, the first thing, I went to the dentist. Actually, yeah, that's a doctor that did it. But I went to the dentist, and as soon as I sat down on the chair, she's like looking at my shirt. So she asked me the question. That's all it takes is to get us start talking, is for somebody to ask us the question. What's pink zebra? Or what does your shirt say?
I'm surprised how many people have still not heard of it.
Oh, yeah, me too. She had.
But everybody has heard of Scentsy.
Well, not everybody, but.
Oh, everybody I asked.
Do you know?
It's like, have you heard of Scentsy? Yeah. Well,
do you know when I first heard of Scentsy? Was when I first heard of it?
When someone asked you to join for them,
no.
So they could test the products.
Yeah. Yeah. That was the first time I had no idea what Scentsy was. So Don't assume everybody knows who they are. They do have a bigger name, obviously. They've been around a lot longer, but you're right. There's a lot of people that still don't know about us. So, wearing it, if you got a bag or a car magnet, there's a lot of people that have the things in the back of the window, just anything to brand yourself, to bring recognition to the name. Carrying your cards everywhere you go. Like I said, I went into the dentist office today, and that was not on my mind. I wasn't thinking about selling pink zebra. I know I should have been, but I wasn't. I was thinking about my tooth. And so the fact that she brought it up, and thank goodness I had my cards on me. Shame on me, I didn't have a sample because I carried, that little bitty bag I have. But I did have a card on me, and so she said she, was going to go to my Facebook page and find out a little bit more about it. But and I'm going to actually take them samples because I want to make sure I get the whole office. They actually had one of those little incense thingies going in the front, and I was like, "Ooh, what is that smell?"
No,
it was It was like green tea and lemongrass, and I was like.
Really?
Yeah. So I thought, I'm going to bring them some samples. But anyway, it's that kind of stuff. It's like wherever you're at, just look for the opportunity, talk about it with everybody. I noticed on Crystal Kelly just had her director's trip this last weekend, and that girl speaks to everyone about pink zebra. She's handing out samples in the airport. She's handing out samples to the people on the street that are like the vending people that were doing the caricature drawings, and
she ran out of samples.
So, it's that kind of thing. Carrying your catalogs. I keep catalogs in my truck. I don't always have them on me because I'm not always carrying a big enough purse, but having them available so that you can share them. But it's just about getting out there, going places, getting out in front of people. What was the other one I thought of well, y'all know I do networking events. Networking events are great because I can constantly talk about my product because that's what we do there. We also get to know each other. How did you
get 2 new customers?
They were people that I had talked to. One of the ladies was somebody that I met through a person through my networking group, and she had said, "I'm going to go to your website and order."
Yeah.
And I kind of had forgotten that she was going to do that, but she did.
Okay.
It's not a big order, but hey, every little bit, right?
Well, it's constantly growing.
It's right
from your networking.
My networking group is huge, and
are you in 2 or just 1?
2. The one I'm on the board, and it's a little bit overwhelming. It's too much busy work, so I'll still be part of it somehow, but I'm not going to be a board member after. I did it so that I could get to know people even more, but it takes a lot to be on a board. So, but anyway, y'all hear me talk about networking events all the time. If you've got any kind of networking you can do, there's an app called Meetup in our area, and you can actually go to that and look for different things. And there's all kinds of, business networking, all kinds of just different networking things you can get involved in.
You get a lot of business from that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of business.
I do.
That's awesome.
I'm very fortunate.
Yeah.
Because I'm constantly, even though I'm seeing a lot of the same people all the time, I get to know somebody new all the time. It's like we make it a habit in one of our networking, actually both of them, to do one-on-ones. So I'll go have coffee with somebody, or I'll go have lunch, and I strike up a whole new friendship. And so, there's a lot of people that I've been talking to for a year, but they don't really connect with me until maybe we've had a one-on-one, or somebody else is talking about the product, and then they want to know more. I think I'm missing a bunch of comments here. Hang on. Oh, it's not going to let me go. Okay. Oh, it looks like Jim answered. Kelly, thank you. Thank you. All right, I recommend everyone set up a mobile office. Yes, that's exactly right. A mobile office is awesome. That's, carrying the things that you're going to need for sure. Talking to real estate agents that's a great tool because they do a lot of staging, and in their homes, sometimes I don't know if they do around here anyway. They don't do the cookie smell as much anymore. It's more of the clean stuff. What?
Like this dentist office you went to today?
Mm-hmm.
What if you asked them if you can set up a simmering light there, and you will change it out according to season as far as the shade, and keep it stocked with fragrance?
No wonder you're a senior manager.
If they would let you put it in there and put your catalog or your face,
I will absolutely ask. I will absolutely.
And you can change it out. seasons?
Because it's a local one here. I would think they would do that. They'd be supporting a local business as well. I
That will
support
keep
them.
fragrance, so we'll keep you stocked up with fragrance.
That's a fantastic idea.
Put my name here. Maybe put my little, maybe frame your business card and frame your
You know what?
something.
We have, I don't know if everybody has these, y'all have to let me know, but we have these little postal places that you can go. It's like not having to go to the post office. They charge a little bit more, but I see her 2-3 times a week. I could ask her if she would set up something in there too, because it kind of smells like paper and kind of stinks in there. So I'm making a note of that. I know, but it's all those kind of things.
And you go there that often?
I do. I go there that often.
Fill it up?
Yeah.
Once
I could bring her a
change it
sample every
out
time I go.
Every time you go, just change it out for her. And
That's a
let it
great
smell.
idea. That's a great idea. Let's see. Gosh, I need to have samples on hand. Not sure what I should have. Also new, so I don't have a ton of stock yet. You know what? As far as samples on hand, I do tend to, I carry the things that I like the best. And then to maybe have like a clean is not my favorite, but to have a clean sample that I could give to somebody is good. And then I use my Club Pink for samples as well. I've been going through doing more events, a lot of cards. Okay, does anybody know? Let's see. Way to go, Duane, right? We work so good together. You're so funny, Bonnie. Hey, Barb. Yeah, so that's a fantastic idea. I love that idea. I just made myself a note of 2 new places I'm gonna see if I can do that with. And I don't know, even like our little Mexican food restaurant up the street. I mean, they were doing something a while back for somebody. Is the only reason I didn't ask.
they don't have a lot of room on their counter. I don't know where they would put it.
Yeah.
It's kind of tight.
But they were doing something for somebody. They were collecting business cards or something. But anyway, you get the gist. Just to get out there, see the businesses that are in your area, veterinarian clinics, we talk about all that kind of stuff. And, if you have a Frank's list, which hopefully you do, if not, maybe just a notepad and make these notes, because I forget about places. They are like so obvious, but yet I forget about them. So if you have it all written down, then when you decide, okay, today's the day I'm going to get out there and I'm going to go see these people, you'll have a list to go by and you can get out and really make some progress. Who said that, Goya? Annette. That's right.
Goya.
Annette, you won today. I don't know if you caught that, but you
What
won.
she win?
She won my little mystery box.
Ooh. The old mystery box.
Yes. So Cindy is asking, do we add the 4% first and then tax to it? I do believe that is correct. But if somebody knows otherwise, please correct me. I have not seen it on an invoice yet, so I haven't seen which one it calculates first, but I'm going to guess that the 4% is added and then it's taxed. But I could be wrong, so somebody clarify that if I'm incorrect.
What are we adding 4% to?
That's the new tariff. You have to watch. And that's
For us?
Yeah.
Oh, that's for us.
US, yeah.
That's right.
And I'm going to talk about that here in just a little bit too, just a little bit. I'm not going to
So
go
we
into
add the
detail.
4%
And then add the
and
tax
we add tax.
or the shipping.
When did that start?
The 4th, yesterday.
Uh,
Okay, well, so while we're on that conversation, another thing I highly recommend that you watch Tom's live on November 1st, because he talks about the tariffs and he is very, he goes into detail about what some of the other companies are doing and why we're doing it differently. And it really, it makes me very proud that we are being so transparent. But be sure to check out that live. I think it was around the 6-minute 40 mark when he starts talking about it. And then also in the back office, there is a statement that you can actually copy and paste if you want to share it with any, if one of your customers has a question about it or anything like that. He talked about, not necessarily making a big post on your Facebook group about it, but definitely have the response. They have the response available for us to use. Most businesses have a no soliciting sign. How do you go about that? That's a really good point, Carol. I typically, I don't know that I would just walk into somebody that I've never talked to before. It would only be a business that I've actually used. So the dentist, the restaurant, the postal place.
You go there twice a week.
Yeah. They know me. They see my face.
Now, is this the one in the Ace Hardware?
No. So I go to a different one. I'll tell you about that later. The girl was not fired, but she quit from the one next to the Kroger that I always went to.
Yeah.
And I now go to see her on Grant Road. And she's awesome. She has an account set up for me, so I just pay them once a month. Yeah.
I thought you were going into the Ace Hardware because they had a postal place.
Yeah, I was, but it's much too much of a hassle. It's worth it to pay a couple extra dollars.
No, it's not.
To me, it is. Build a relationship with the business first. Thank you, Rochelle. Exactly. Someone made a graphic with what the statement says. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to go and publicly post that out there, but I will definitely have it handy if someone should answer. Okay, that's about my cousin. Okay, so what else? Realtors, like I said, realtors are great if you know any realtors. Or you know what, if you don't know, ask a friend.
Okay, but that would be awesome when they do their open houses.
Right.
At a realtor.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have an open house. But
I actually have a couple of consultants that are realtors, and the only reason that they're a consultant is because they buy this stuff for the homes. They don't sell it. They just buy it for the homes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
soaks. They like the soaks because they can just spray the soaks and yeah.
Turn on the warmer, spray some soaks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, back to the comment about the no solicitation. I'm not big into soliciting people that I haven't at least had a conversation with or feel somewhat comfortable talking to them. So, hi, Sean.
Now, do people get arrested for that?
So, okay, here's a funny. So when I was in hotel sales many, many years ago, myself and another sales manager were making calls. And so I took one building and she took one building. Well, she got a ticket for solicitation.
Really?
Yeah. But think about that. What does that sound like?
You're right.
That's not a good.
I got a ticket for soliciting.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Like cooking. Right.
Well, we have that on our neighborhood, but yet we get people come to our door all the time.
Right. Well, we could get them in trouble, but I'm not going to do that. And then also, what was the other one? Oh, when you're dining. I forgot we used to do this all the time.
We did.
I would always, depending on where I was and the conversation that I had with the waitress or that we had,
right.
I would sometimes even leave them a little lotion.
Yep.
But I always, used to leave a sample on my card. Mm-hmm. And usually we would have a conversation with the waitress at some point during the dinner.
Yep.
So, Melina, that's right. Hooking. Anyway, but
hooking.
Yeah, hooking.
Oh, hooking. I think so.
That's the solicitation.
Yeah.
Right. So, anyway, but waitresses, it's when you go out and you eat. I actually one time even was going through a drive-through. I went through McDonald's. I think I was just getting a Coke or something, but still. And I have the magnetic thing on the side of my truck. And so she asked me, she goes, "Oh, that's so cute, that little zebra." And I had a sample for her. Now she didn't become a customer, but still, you're getting the samples out.
Back when I used to have to go to the bank and cash my check.
Yeah.
I used to leave the pins.
Yeah, he used to leave my pins. He was always asking for more.
You get mad at me for that. And I'm like, why are you mad? I'm putting it in the thing, and someone's going to use it, and someone's going to take it home, and they're going to say,
I know, but
hey, what's this pink
I
zebra?
wanted you to leave a sample with the pin so they'd at least understand.
Leave the pin. They got the website. They're going to look it up.
Yeah.
And you'd always get mad at me. How much these pins can't cost that much? And every time I go to the bank,
but you know what? They don't make those pins anymore. So anyway, but that's okay.
You should make the pins.
You're really good about giving. He's really good about, if I give him the samples, he's good about giving them out. You're really good at that. I need to make you some more samples.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, if y'all have any other ideas or ways to find new customers, obviously social media is a huge gig and posting, but that's a whole nother live. That's a whole nother live. But I will say that being consistent on my social media has definitely helped a lot. So I highly recommend that if you are using social media, that you're being very consistent about it. Because I don't know what it does, the algorithms or whatever, somebody would have to explain all that to us, but it works. So it's been very helpful. So anyway, so those are just some of the things, ways to find a new customer, right? So then you have a customer. And okay, so in my old job, we used to always say that it's easier to keep a customer happy than to have to go find a new customer to replace that customer. So if you have customers, what are you doing to make sure that you're staying connected with them and that you're following up with them? Follow-up is the key to our existence when it comes to returning and repeat customers. So think about what it is that you're doing to connect with your customers. One of the trainings, I think it's on the Pink Zebra Academy, is the 222. You hook in new sprinkles. You're funny. But the 222. So, after they've placed an order, you follow up in 2 days to make sure that there was, they didn't want anything else, or do they have any questions? And then in 2 weeks, you can follow up with them to make sure that they got the order and everything was in place and are they happy? And then in 2 months, you can follow up again to share with them maybe a new special that's going on and that you just want to touch base. And is it okay if I continue to reach out to you from time to time and that sort of thing? So there's definitely the 222, and that's easy to remember. But it's also important to add your personal touch to it. I know a lot of us will give free or complimentary bulbs when someone is a customer of yours and their bulb goes out. We do that. And my customers know that of me pretty much, to where they're comfortable calling and saying, hey, I had a bulb go out. Get them a bulb.
Awesome.
I know. And same with the dish. I do that with the dish as well. Somebody mentioned that they do that even with the wicks. So, those little things will keep a customer coming back to you oftentimes.
Yep.
Sending a personal thank you. I love to send personal notes to a customer for just no reason other than I just appreciate you supporting my business and that sort of thing. So,
well, that's a lot right there, because it makes it personal, and they feel obligated.
They do feel obligated.
I have to buy merch. You send me this note.
I know, exactly. And I talk about this every year, but this is about the time of year when I start thinking about what I'm going to do myself for my customers in the month of January. So, because I always try to do something, I try to give back a little bit in January. It comes out of my own commission, but I'm okay with that. I want to give them an extra 10% off or something if they order. I was going to ask, I have a girl that's got 3 bulbs, hasn't bought anything in a long time. How long do I keep giving her bulbs? Well, if she's not buying any sprinkles or anything like that, then she's got a lot of nerve to ask for bulbs. But I would say maybe you could give her another bulb and just say, let me know when you're ready to get some more sprinkles. I mean, kind of as a reminder. Let's see, I saw a message yesterday that said the tariffs weren't going to start until Pink Zebra knew exactly what everything was set in place. Did anyone know? I thought that it just didn't start on the 1st, but I could be wrong. I thought it was starting to, I thought it started Monday. I've not done an invoice, so I don't know. Shame on me. But does anybody know the answer to that question? When exactly did the tariff start, or has it started yet, to help all of us know? If anybody knows the answer to that, that would be so helpful.
So does that show up when you order?
It will, yeah.
When you order now?
Yeah, that's why I haven't, yeah. Yeah. And it must not be on there because I have 2 orders and they didn't say anything about it. I need to go back and look at their invoice. I can look at their invoice and then I can post in the group if no one knows. Let's see, where else was I going to go? Okay, here's a big one. And this is something that I don't know Oh, okay, maybe it didn't start yet. Okay, excellent. Penny says she did an order today and it hadn't started yet. So no tariff yet. Okay, so no tariff yet. Thank you guys so much. Y'all are so awesome. See, I don't always have the answers. I try to keep up, but gosh, there's so much going on. It's really hard sometimes. I have to like go constantly do research. So thank you guys for answering that. I'm sure they'll let us know once it's in place. They would let us know. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Cassandra, too. I appreciate that. Okay, so back to follow-up. One of the biggest things is being timely. When someone sends you a text that's a customer, I pretty much will stop what I'm doing to respond to them. Even if I'm busy and I can't do anything about it right then, I at least respond to say, just wanted to let you know about your text, and I will take a look at this. Give me an hour. I'm in a meeting or blah, 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 whatever. But at least respond right away. Just that responsiveness makes people appreciate you because you are being responsive. I hear all the time that people tell me, well, I have a consultant, or I was working with a consultant and I didn't hear back from them, and I'll double check to make sure that they're still active. And if they are, then it's like, hey, so-and-so, your customer is, not getting a response, because I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. But the bottom line is we've got to be responsive to our customers so they don't go elsewhere. Because usually, I don't know about y'all, but especially if I'm buying, I buy from a lot of direct sales friends. And if I go to ask them a question about a product and they don't get back to me, I'm kind of like, I've moved on to the next thing. I'm no longer worried about buying that anymore because I'm thinking about something else now. So that responsiveness is very important. So
I like what you said the first time.
Responsive response.
Yep.
And then, okay, so reply promptly, staying positive. If they wanted that certain shade, and by golly, it is sold out. I am so sorry, but it has been crazy. It's gone, but I've got a lot of other shades I could show you. So, just find a way to be positive about it and just don't give into that. I know. Can you believe that? Because that's what you want to say. You want to go, dang it, I know.
But you can't be.
No, you can't. You got to try to stay positive about it. Because they don't care why you don't have it. So you need to put the spin on, but here's what I do have.
Right.
Because they don't care about the problems or the fact that, we sold out too soon. So I haven't applied until it tested.
It would be hard to be their purchasing person, because when they pre-order these things,
they're doing it way in advance.
And they don't want to have stock, and they don't want to have a warehouse full of inventory. Mm-hmm. So they want to buy what they think they can sell.
Right. And Tom mentions in his live that shades, which you haven't seen, but that shades sales went down last year. So they were kind of like, it's a puzzle.
Yeah, because they don't want stock. They don't want to shelve it for long periods of time. They want to move it.
Right. So, and I will also say that I've actually been on a couple of websites this week where people have stuff that's sold out already. So it's what happens at this time of year, especially.
And you don't know what's going to sell.
Right.
They might order something they think is going to sell and it doesn't sell and they're stuck with it. Right.
And then the one thing that they weren't counting on is selling like hotcakes. So, right. Hey, Kelly. So, anyway, so making sure you're staying positive, taking care of challenges. So, if a customer has what did I see today? A soak that had gotten all over, that was basically almost empty because it had leaked. I would be replacing that soak right away and then taking care of the trouble ticket after the fact, because I want to make sure my customer is getting what she needs or he needs ASAP.
Right. You don't want them.
Tiffany's right. You don't want the same thing over and over in the catalogs due to not selling. You're so right. Well, thanks, Jill. I had this made for one of the rallies. I had to scramble to get some citrus and steak because I had a past customer that wanted a jar of it. And see that, okay, that right there is a perfect example of making sure that your customer is happy when you do know, we've got, we do have other consultants that if a product is sold out or out of stock or whatever, and you've got this customer, you can't ask another consultant. Now, there's a fine line. You don't want to be asking, obviously, y'all know the rules, but for something like that, and you go beyond, above and beyond to try to find that product for them, and I let them know, if I ever do that, I let them know this is not in stock anymore. I don't have it. I need to see if I could find someone who does. And just so they know that, I am going above and beyond to make sure that they are getting what they want. The customer's always right.
That's a tough one.
It is a tough one, but you know what? Even if they're wrong, you got to find a way to not argue with them about it.
Right.
Like you have to, and I'd have to have an example to be able to give an example, but you have to treat the customer as if they're always right, even when they're not necessarily right. But at least don't argue with them, because that's not going to get you anywhere. My niece is an artist and she doesn't take the same paintings to a show 2 times in a row. Yeah, there you go. And then re-engage with old customers. While you're building your new customer base, don't hesitate to go back and reconnect with a customer that you haven't seen in a while, or talked to in a while, or have had order from you in a while. Re-engage with those people. And then one of the things I do, I have customers that get flustered with any kind of website. They'll tell me I'm technically challenged, and I say, don't worry about it. We'll get together and I'll put the order in for you, or something like that. I will do it for them.
Well, that would be a good reason to reach out to old customers. Maybe they can't figure out something.
That's true. That's a good point.
So reach out.
Yeah.
To them, and maybe they forgot your website. Maybe they forgot to get a hold of you. Reach out to them.
Yeah.
Get reconnected.
Tiffany brought up a really good point. You got to be careful not to make that a habit. You're absolutely right. You definitely don't want it to be a habit, because there is something new that they could always purchase. It's just, those few times in between. I've only got a couple of customers that I would do that for. But it's because they've been such good customers for a long time. So because of the shipping, yeah, that makes sense, Kelly, for sure. Okay, so what time is it? Oh, it's already 6:47. So those are just some things about getting new customers, and then making sure that you're keeping the customers that you get. And what else did I have? Oh, I had a couple of things. Okay, so we talked about the tariff surcharge, about checking out Tom's live at about the 6-minute 40 mark. It was in there, or refer to the statement in the back office, because that's good. But obviously that's not an issue right at this moment, because we're not having to use it, but it will come into play here pretty soon, I'm sure. You guys know that Scent Flirt cannot be added to parties. I know some people were trying to add them to parties, and it became a little bit of an issue. So
isn't that what the problem was at the beginning?
Partially, yeah. Yeah, there were some little hiccups there, and it has not been opened yet for November. Hopefully it will, but it has not been yet. And then the last thing I want to talk about real quick before we move on, or before we leave for the evening, is, oops, hang on one second. Sorry, y'all. Is Pink Zebra Academy. So I've mentioned it before in a couple of my posts, and I am going to mention it again. I went through Pink Zebra Academy. I'm still on the leaders training module right now, but you guys, if you have new consultants, or even yourself as a refresher, go through the new Zebs portion. There's stuff about learning about the products, how to do a business launch, how to do a blend bash, your quick start, to-dos, and finding the consultant manual, setting goals. There's some really good stuff in there for new zebras. And then make sure you don't like my nails.
They're different colors.
I know
what is up with that?
They're grays. They're all grays.
Why are they different grays?
Because I wanted to just do it that way.
Is that new? Something new?
No. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, y'all. I had that done like a week ago, and you're just now noticing.
You've been hiding your hands from me.
No, I haven't. I talk with my hands. I never hide my hands.
Wow.
Anyway, new Zebs. That's a really good one. And then if you do have a new zebra that you've sent there, be sure to ask them questions along the way to make sure they're getting through it and that everything's good. The pink sapphire training, even if you have no desire to ever be a pink sapphire, check out that training on the Pink Zebra Academy because it is so good. In fact, I was thinking this just needs to be overall training because it's that good. But go through the Pink Sapphire training. I love these trainings in the Pink Zebra Academy because they're quick. They're short little segments, and then you do a little quiz so that you're, making sure that you're catching everything, and then another short little segment. It's fantastic because you can literally stop and take a break, do one or two, stop and take a break, come back and do it again. But it keeps your attention because they're short segments. I need that. There's a whole thing on consultant how-tos. There's a whole thing on Scent Flirt, and then bash camp training so that you can take it at your own pace. And then, like I said, I'm doing the leaders training module right now. So I haven't done that yet, but I'm working on it now. Did everyone get several duplicates in the Scent Flirt? Yes. Yes, they talked about that a couple of times. In this particular one of them was so that they could try it by itself, and then another one was so they could blend it with a couple of the other ones that were in there because those are really popular for blending. Whether or not that'll be something they do in the future, I don't know. I think every month is going to be a little bit different, so it'll be interesting to see. But I mean, they've done amazing so far, and once the people got the Scent Flirt delivered, I think they were super happy. So that's fun. So anyway, does anybody have any questions or anything? That was pretty much it. That's pretty much all I had.
Nope, I'm done.
Are you done? It's 6:50.
Yep. My bedtime.
Yeah, I know. Well, it is dark. Okay. Well, perfect. Then if nobody has any questions, we'll just call it a night. And we thank you guys so much for joining us. Hopefully this was a little bit helpful. And, or if nothing else, you can maybe gave you a couple of reminders or ideas to work with. We're locked in, correct? Yes. If you've signed up, you are locked in. You don't have to redo it every month.
Oh, yeah?
Correct. Thank you, Penny. Hey, Regina. I'm so glad you're back. You're welcome, Bonnie. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank y'all for joining us.
Thank you, Michelle. Did anybody have issues with their Scent Flirt with the atomizer spray leaking? I had a customer who got it. Was thrilled to death, but her atomizer was leaking. So I've not heard anything about the atomizer leaking. The little one, the little pink one. I got mine. It was fine. I've not heard anything about that, but I did. Well, oh, you know what? Maybe it was the atomizer. Because I did hear that somebody got some of the soaks leaked. So that would have had to have been the atomizer. I'm so sorry. Do a trouble ticket and so that they'll know and that they.
Now, how does that thing work?
That little pink thing.
But you unscrew it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, remember, because I don't care. I know y'all think I'm crazy, but I'm not a big fan of California Boy, so I changed mine out.
Right. We did pour it out.
Yeah.
So maybe whatever that is loose or came loose.
Might have been.
Got loose.
Yeah.
I wonder, do they fill them up at home office? I mean, I'm sure they do. Fill them up there. So,
yeah.
I mean, they might have tightened it up all the way.
Yeah. Oh, dipping my bottle at Maker's Mark on Thursday for your birthday. Awesome. Hey, Carlos.
Hang on, what?
Bonnie dipping her bottle at Maker's Mark. Yeah, do a trouble ticket. Do a trouble ticket. You guys, you know what? I'm going to say that real fast. It is so important that we do a trouble ticket for if you see something that's wrong or you get something that's wrong, don't say, oh, whatever, it's too much of a pain. Do a trouble ticket because that's the only way that they know when something isn't working right.
Yep.
And there are times when it's like a shipment or a batch of things and they can go back and find out exactly where that came from and maybe where the issue started. So definitely do a trouble ticket. Do a trouble ticket.
Yep.
All right. I'll be changing my scent too. That's funny, Kelly. Yeah, I am like, I like the sprinkles a little bit, but not on the soak. No, It was like an old Abercrombie cologne or something.
Is it? It ain't like the.
I don't know.
I
That's
guess
what it
I
smelled
haven't
like to
really paid
me.
attention to it. I
That's
don't
what it
know.
smelled like to me. Now, if they came up with Stetson or
I
something
thought it was
like
similar
that.
to Pool Party.
No. No.
California Boy, Pool Party.
Oh, no. Hey, Gina. Oh, Bonnie, he loves you picking on him. Please don't stop that.
Yes, please stop that.
Okay, you guys. Y'all have a great week and a great month. And we'll talk to you later. Say bye, Duane.
Bye, Duane. Thank y'all.